There we go. Okay. Okay. Then we got 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Oh. Anyways, we got that. Is this running? Come on, start running. Please and thank you. There we go. Alright, and we're still not running. We're still not running. Oh my god, I literally hit both and it still didn't really go quite yet, which is a little sad there. Yeah, we are doing a keyboard stream, which is kind of rare. I actually just needed to swap out the switches of this, but I guess you guys saw it, or at least a glimpse of it earlier. Boom, this is kind of quote-unquote the new keyboard set that we have here. There is a problem though, because other than the 2 mice that I have, like, look at this, there's a big amount of shadow, and there's 2 shadows, just to get it bright enough, and I'm like, I should just turn off that other light. Actually, I'll do that. I'll just do that, give me a sec. Boom. It's better, but still not quite it. Not quite it. Not quite it. So yeah, there's one shadow. It is behind me, and the reason for that is because the light is behind me. Unfortunately, that is out of battery. Move that. I did not notice that. I guess that died just today. Anyways. Yeah, so what we're gonna do is take out all the switches from this keyboard and move it to another keyboard, which is behind me right now. It's going to be a secret. Anyways, let's do that. But just so that you guys can listen to what that sounds like, or what this one sounds like, we're gonna go through at least one quote. So mute the music. All right. Boom! Look at that! It's Clicky! And that's why. That is why. It is a Clicky keyboard, and doing a review for this thing, even though it has been quite a while, which is not great, but we're getting back into it, so we're just gonna wet our feet a little bit with this guy, trying to make a review out of it. I do have my gripes against it, but should be fine in general. Anyways. Clicky keyboard. Not a lot of people like Clicky keyboards. I'm included in there. I don't really like Clicky keyboards, but I give it a good shot before going, yeah, no, I don't like it. I still don't, but I have a couple of them. Anyways, let us take this off. Boom. And then you can, as you can see, there is still a battery. And we're just going to take it out. Or not. I forgot that it's very, very tight. So I just need to be able to take this off. There we go. It is a ball catch system, so that's good. Now I can take these off easily. Oh, it's one of those that they both come off simultaneously. Alright, this is gonna be its own type of fun. Oh my god. Right now I'm getting hit by allergies, so I'm gonna be sniffling. I don't know if I'll be talking a lot. Ooh. That is, those are silence. Maybe we'll just keep the silence on. So that saves me a little bit of time. F2, F1. Ah. There we go. There we go. Oh man. There we go. This is gonna be a little different though. This is odd. I have no place to put the rest of the switches. I just realized that I'm gonna have to switch swap, and I'm like, oh no. I actually end up needing to move things around. Okay. Jesus. Okay. Sorry, I'm not talking right now. I'm pooped. I am tired. I do not know why. Yeah. I don't know why I'm even streaming. I should just do this on my off time. I really should have. But I'm getting back into the groove of doing these things. I've done a couple of sleep experiments in the last few months or so. It's one of those weirdest, dumbest things that I've ever tried. It's not really dumb. It's more I needed to find out what my sleep schedule was gonna be like. Because right now, or previously, I was sleeping at around 3 o'clock in the morning. And I thought that's fine because I wake up around 8:30, which means I get around 5 hours of sleep. Because obviously if I go to bed at 3, I don't instantaneously just drop, right? So I thought to myself, why don't I just sleep at 2 and then wake up at 9 because I don't have to wake up at 8:30 anymore. And I thought to myself, yeah, that's a good idea. I'm going to tell you right now, it was not a good idea. It is definitely not a good idea. I would not recommend it at all whatsoever. It is idiotic. Not that it wouldn't work for you or anything like that. It's just that when I tried it, what happened was I went to sleep, right, around 2. So, in other words, 1:45 or 2:15. So, bedtime, 30-minute section, it's fine. I get extra sleep anyways. It doesn't matter. And I end up oversleeping every time, and I felt crappier and crappier and crappier. And I go, what's going on? I'm supposed to be feeling either the same or better. And the problem is, I was feeling worse. Consistently, which is not a good thing, right? We can all agree on that. Just feeling worse in general for getting extra hours of sleep is not a good thing. This thing is creaking like a mofo. What is going on? What's going on here? Let me just arrange my thing. Okay. Boom. Alright, we're good. We're done. Anyways, so, like I was saying, I felt worse by sleeping a whopping extra hour and a half. And you would think that's a good thing. You slept an extra hour and a half. Woo! I feel worse. It's not better. It's worse. It's actively worse. It actually ruins my health. I feel tired. And it's horrible. And I've been trying it for long enough to know, no, it isn't that, oh, you just have to get used to it. No. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try going a little further in. Sleep at 1, which I have failed to do so far because I'm trying to sleep back at 3 o'clock just so I can do that. And at work, unfortunately, I've been leaving around 12, which means I can't get home until about 1:30. And if I sleep at near 2, I already know the consequences of that. But I'm starting to find out that every time I sleep at around 1, I feel the same but lazier. But if I was, let's say, somewhere between a 7 and 8 out of 10 sleeping at 3 to 8:30, which is just 5 hours, I was on more hours of sleep, but being able to wake up, which is kind of weird, at the 1 o'clock mark, so 1 to around 9. That's 8 hours. That's exactly 8 hours. That's the recommended number for people to go to sleep to. And yet, here I am going, I feel lazy. I feel like I don't want to do anything. I don't want to do even this stream, I was just like, I didn't want to do. And then I went ahead and tried to make this look nice, and then you have all these crappy shadows, and I went, I don't want to do it. But I was gonna do it anyways, because I needed to do all of these things. I have to move the switches around and move it from one to the other, and it should be fun. It should be fun. But other than that, I don't really feel that great. I wish I felt better just by sleeping more, but I might have to drop back to 5. It is sad. But at the same time, it's not really sad because I'm more productive. I feel better if I do that and sleep at 3 instead of sleeping at 1 or 2. The next one I might try to sleep at 12, but that's gonna be incredibly difficult given work. Yeah, I don't think I am that much of a morning person. So we'll see how it goes. And that's gonna happen in the next few weeks. And hopefully that means there's gonna be more streams and stuff like that. But that of course depends on everything. Yeah, okay. There we go. Oh, there we go. Alt is on the right hand side. I don't know. I think people have a conflated sense of you have to sleep 8 hours. And if I remember correctly, the study is you actually have to sleep 6 hours to maintain a good, healthy sleep schedule. It's not that you have to sleep 8 actual hours. You need 8 hours of rest. In other words, no scrolling on your phone. You don't do scrolling on your phone if you don't feel like it's a restful activity. People correlate doing something useless with having to, what's it called? People correlate doing something useless as resting. No, you can use up your energy by literally scrolling through social media if you're that type of person. Some people have it where they feel fine and they actually feel energized after ingesting a bunch of social media. But I find that those types of people would actually be on their phone for 30 minutes to an hour max and then be like, cool, I'm done, woo, and then leave. They have some, not just control, they don't get sucked in to the weird zeitgeist that is the social media landscape. They just keep going, they do that consistently, they don't actually, how do you say it? They don't actually overindulge. And I think that's like everything else. You can't, the dose makes the poison. That's the saying. The dose makes the poison. So you can eat a lot of broccoli and you can still get poisoned by it. Because if you eat enough broccoli, you get screwed over by a lot of the ingredients in there, or the chemical makeup of broccoli. And I remember hearing this story, and it's a story that I've said multiple times, because I just find it absolutely hilarious. So a person goes ahead and buys a bundle of bananas. Bananas? Why did I say bananas? Bananas. Right? They buy a bundle of bananas. And here's what happens. They are not necessarily a picky eater. They are the type of eater that if it's in front of them, they just keep eating the food that's in front of them. And when they do that, they don't really know that they are doing that. They're not aware that they are eating the food that is in front of them. So what happened is, after buying the set of bananas, they bring it home, they set it in front of them, they started working, and they kept peeling and eating a banana every once in a while. And in the span of 2 hours, ends up eating the entirety of the bundle, and had to go to the hospital for potassium poisoning. And people always say, yeah, eating bananas are healthy. Just do that. Well, just like everything else, if you overindulge in something, you end up poisoning yourself. And that's why I think even social media has its limits. You can only use it to a certain degree before it becomes toxic to a person. Okay, so this is the first half. Now that that is clear, I wish I just had switches that I can, you know, pull out and just use, but unfortunately for me, those switches are actually in the keyboard to my right, which is what I'm gonna grab. Boom. It's gonna be this guy. Oh my god. Boom. Ta-da. And ta-da. Okay, let's not drop anything here. Okay. 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 Boom, 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 boom. We're gonna give this sound test real quick as well. We have built this before, obviously. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to use the keyboard right now. All right. So first things first, I'm gonna put you over here. Let me plug this in. Boom. Where do I put you? Where do I put you? Yeah, let's just put you over here. Temporarily, while I move this to the side. Put this down. Boom. Boom. Alright. Boom. Alright. This is the weird one. I did something. I did something. Where's my escape key? Oh, it's hello. I swapped it out. Hello? Okay. Jesus Christ. I didn't know what was going on there. Okay. 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 We're fine. We're fine. This is fine. Huh. Okay. There we go. Okay, there we go. We got it. I think this is it. I think this is how it's supposed to be. Alright, so we're gonna give this a go. This is the QK Split Alice keyboard, and I'm gonna give this a go. So these are using the blue cheese switches, which I'm gonna put this one. Alright, let's give this a go. Oh, I forgot. Oh my god, that's crazy. This is a problem right here. Oh my god. It's bad. There's ticking. Right there, left hand side. But at least it's not too bad. Talk about this quote. Computers make excellent and efficient servants, but I have no wish to serve under them. Captain, a starship also runs on loyalty to one man, and nothing can replace it or him. Damn, that's a quote right there. Let's give this one more go. But yes, that is a thing. And in the world of AI, that is a really good quote. People will run with that quote. All right. Boom. 62. A diary of a young girl. Earning happiness means doing good and working, not speculating and being lazy. Laziness may look inviting, but only work gives you true satisfaction. This is relatively true. This is relatively true. Even though right now I don't feel like doing anything, I really don't. And this is the weird thing. I slept at 1. I think sleeping earlier and earlier just makes me more lethargic. I really should just sleep at 3, wake up at 9, call it a day, not do anything, and I'll feel much better for myself. But that's just me testing my sleep schedule and going, wow, turns out it is better if you do it a certain way that your body likes. What? Who would have thought? That's crazy. So, so yeah, I'm doing the work, being lazy. But turns out I'm one of the few people who needs around 5 hours of sleep, 7 hours of rest. So that's 1 hour before, 1 hour after, just to, kind of chill and not really do anything. All right, let's do one more. Yeah, all right. Let's split this a little bit more. Okay. Boom, 63. Not bad. As you can tell, these are some nice lower pitch poppy switches, which we're gonna put into the Zoom 75 TIGA edition. And we'll see. I think we're gonna start with one side over the other, and then go from there. Let's see. That's it. Please don't tell me I have to take this entire out. There we go. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. There we go. Alright, so these are the blue cheese switches. Put this back on. But yeah, it is one of the few poppy ones. There we go. Oh, right. I just realized. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Did I press a bunch of keys? Did I press a bunch of keys? I keep forgetting. That is wireless. This is wireless. I remember when I first built this keyboard, I couldn't, for the life of me, tell how to turn it on and or off. And turns out, on the left-hand side, there are screws and there's a switch. Right here, there's a switch. As you can see. Switch to turn it on or off. And I'm like, I'm like, no. And I couldn't figure it out on stream. I was tired, don't get me wrong. But at the same time, obviously there's a switch. Of course, it's somewhere, but I couldn't find it. I thought it was under here. I thought it was under there. I thought it was on the other side. Nope. Turns out they're both from the same spot. It is idiotic, at least for me. I just pulled a boo-boo and went, no. All right. Boom. Okay. Let's just do it this way. There we go. Alright, we have a nice little section there. That way we can bring on the keyboard back and put on here as I take off these switches. Oh. Yeah, I forgot the top row. Oh, from the top rope! And I am moving this through. Okay, done-ish, done-ish. Now where did the switch puller? There it goes. Here's the switch puller. Switch puller goes. I don't know. I used to have a yellow switch puller, but ever since the move, it is ridiculous because I can't find it. I have zero clue where it went. It just exists somewhere in my room, and I can't really find it. It's its own type of insanity. Don't get me wrong. It is its own type of insanity, but at least I know for a fact that it is somewhere here. That's good, right? That is good. Oh, I'm getting a lot of give for this. I don't think I'm gonna like this at work because this is my work keyboard, and I am literally sitting here going, "God damn it, God damn it." But okay, I think I'm gonna use this as the work keyboard and go from there, and it should be fine. And hopefully, I don't annoy all of the co-workers. But then again, I work late hours, and there isn't really anyone there when I start working and typing and clicking and clacking away, doing all the stuff and things. So let's do that. We can actually no. Let's just do all the switches first, and then we can go ahead and do the rest of the keycaps. Because these blue cheese switches, they're nice, honestly. I do like them. It's my type of switch. It is slightly too loud, but I would only drop it about a decibel or two. You could probably do that with very, 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 very thin foam, or some sort of in-between section here. Okay. Most of the keyboards I do build, they are a little bit on the foamier side, because I do like them foamy. But I like them a little poppy. Okay, there we go. We have, oh, done this, and we're good. Ooh. Yeah, that sounds a little stiff, not gonna lie. And if I compare it to these, it's completely different, But damn. That is its own type of fun. But I think I'll use, maybe I should just buy more of these blue cheese switches, because I do need a stable one. The only reason I don't want the blue cheese switches is because they're blue. I think they used to have a Mozza, which is a tactile version of the was it the Mozza? Which is the tactile version of the blue cheese, but there is a version where it is tactile, so there is that. Ah! Oh man, this is going to push down through. All right. Oh my god, my nose. Give me a sec. All right. Oh my god. Oh my god, my nose. Anyways. All right. And I think boom. Alright, now we have to just get through the rest of this. We go to the right hand side and then swap it out. And I don't know if I'm going to stream tomorrow, because I do need to try out the Zoom 75 TIGA and all of its mounting options. And when I look at it, I go, oh yeah, I have to compare all of these mounting options because I'm making a review of it, and only using one option is like, I don't know about that. It sounds like I should be doing that. I should at least try the rest of it. There we go. And yeah, let's run the ads. I was gonna put this on and be quiet for a little bit because my nose is just absolutely killing me. Not gonna lie. My nose is destroying me. Ugh. Where'd it go? Where are the lube switches? Lube switches? Where'd they go? I thought I had them. Did I not? I am in very questionable territory at this point because I can't tell where I put my lube switch. My lube stuff, because I want to remove the ticking out of this. But I don't know where my lube stuff is. Yeah, I can hear it right now. Okay, I'm just gonna hope that fixes it. Me just wiggling it around. Alright, because I've done it before where just doing this. No, it's sticking less. I think it's just the lube settled incorrectly for it. That's what I think. I think the lube settled incorrectly for it, so I'm just gonna tap it a bunch of times underneath just so that the lube settles in the other position. Maybe a little bit to the left here. And just keep doing that. Yeah, this is gonna be annoying real quick. Like, imagine your coworker is just doing this. I have a coworker that types on a keyboard and he smashes into it. And the reason for that is because he actually uses a typewriter. And I'm not kidding you, a genuine, honest to God, typewriter. Like a typewriter. And he likes using it. Because if he just wants kind of an essay done, and that's fine, he'll just do that. And that thing is loud. It goes ching, and you have to slam it back into position every time it goes down one row. It's insane. Oh my god. Oh, right. Let me do this. Alright, let's put this all back. And we can give this a little bit. Let's go. Oh my god, my nose. I just took a sip of the coffee and I do not like it. I feel like I need to put sugar in it or something. And I might do milk, but it's not bad. Don't get me wrong. This is bean around the world, and it's not bad. It's just, it's a bean. It's been roasted in a manner that it matches milk drinks. So if you get a latte, if you get a mocha, if you get anything but just drip coffee, yeah, this is fine. This is actually a good profile to go with it. And not much though. Not much. I wouldn't just have this black and call it a day. There it is. I think that's fine. Yeah, the click sounds very much prominent. Wow, I like this board. This board makes, it's not the foamiest sound, but it sounds clean. It sounds clean, other than my ticking spacebar. That's just a me problem, though. Yeah, it's still ticking. It's ticking less ever since I did that, moved it around, because I couldn't find my lube brush and my lube syringe. But I'm gonna take that, and we're gonna put this down for a moment. Actually, we'll put it over here. Stay. Stay. Oh, actually, it looks like it's slipping, so I don't really. I don't know. There we go. There we go. There we go. Now, move this one across as well. Okay, there we go. Wait, wasn't this? No, this is screwed on. These are screwed on, so I actually do have to go in a little bit here. And that's kind of the thing with this this keyboard. It's a little difficult, and by a little, I mean just a little difficult to actually get the switch puller, not the switch puller, the keycap puller in, because sometimes the tolerances are almost exact. So you end up hitting the board a little bit, which means you might end up scratching it. So I don't like that, but this keyboard, honestly, one of my favorite keyboards. I find that some people at work couldn't use it, which is fine. It makes sense because it is a split keyboard. It's not a typical layout. But that is kind of par for the course, though. So I go, I don't know. Might as well go for it. Might as well give it a shot. But there we go. All right. There we go. There we go. I'm gonna do that, the rest of it. There we go. 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 Pushing it through. This is much faster than I would normally do it, and only because I'm not really talking to anybody right now, because there's nobody here. Don't get me wrong, I would have done it with or without the stream. The difference, at least with the stream, is that it keeps me going for a little bit longer while also making it more aesthetic to do these types of things. But I need to get to a point where I am properly, at least making minimum wage. At one point, I do have a plan to make this entire thing minimum wage, but that includes making content, posting a bunch of stuff in social media, doing a bunch of other things, because you're never ever gonna be, how do I say it? You're never going to pop off just purely streaming. You have to make some content which makes people want to go watch live. And that's pretty much it. That's the generality of it. And unfortunately for me, I'm a little too busy to make the content, because I'm making different types of content, and none of those types of content actually translate into, ooh, the guy's streaming, let's check it out. It's more, oh, he makes content, nice. And that's it. And I find that, because I do a lot of product reviews and whatnot, I find that people are looking for an answer whether or not you should just buy an object. And you go, yeah, just buy an object. Buy this product. This product is great. This product is awesome. And what pisses me off a little bit is when people go, oh, is X better than Y? And I go, Well, why do you want X and why do you want Y? Why is it these two? What's the use case? Why do you care, right? And sometimes there are times where I do notice that a lot of people go, oh my god, it's so much better, I don't know why it's so expensive, it should really be X amount of dollars. And I go, dude, either you can afford it or you can't. I have come with the privilege of knowing that if you don't spend your money instantaneously, you can spend bigger amounts of money later. Because like, oh man, I can't save, it's too hard. And I go, yeah, you can't save, that's fine. Because when I was a wee little young one, I used to not be able to afford Pokemon cards. And after one birthday, I was able to get a little bit of money. Just a little bit. Right? And I was able to get Pokemon cards. Do you know what I did with those Pokemon cards? I bought it. I bought Pokemon cards. And I ended up being able to sell a bunch of the cards I didn't want in order to buy more Pokemon cards. Then I rinsed and repeated this process a couple times. And next thing you know, in the span of 2 weeks, I had $200 as a kid that was about 8 years old, 7, 8, somewhere around that that range. And you go, huh? I mean, if 7 to 8-year-old me was able to get a lot of money selling Pokemon cards, right? There should be no excuse for older me to not be able to get any money by doing other things. So I can run a business to a certain degree, right? Like it's not a thing. I just have to find out what is valuable and what costs less to me and that I'm willing to give away. For example, here it's my time and my expertise. Those are two things that I'm willing to give away, time and expertise. Time being a big factor, and expertise is just due to you spending a lot of money. And yes, it is spending a lot of money to keep going and going and going and going into one direction for a specific skill. For example, here, keyboard building. In my old place, and unfortunately my place is not even set up because I realized I don't have any tools and I can't just afford to buy $100 to $500 worth of tools when I don't even have a decent setup right now. So I'm just gonna skip that. But I'm saving right now, and it's the same process that I'm doing here. I'm saving right now to get that wall behind me to look a lot better. I'm also saving right now to make this top-down look a lot better. But here's the thing. The other time investments I've been trying to do is in terms of productivity. And what do I mean by, in terms of productivity? Oh, you buy what's it called? Tourbox Elite. You buy the better version of DaVinci Resolve, the studio version of DaVinci Resolve. You buy the Opus clipping system, which is an automated clipping system that does all of the clipping for you automatically because, I can't afford to just pay a person full-time without good justification, because I can just do that. I can just go to Opus, have it do it, and I think it'll be fine. The hard part right now is, well, what I'm struggling against right now is that I'm putting a lot of time into, I was putting a lot of time in the stream, but right now I'm putting a lot of time into work. And at work, my output isn't where I want it to be. It is getting much, much closer than where it was. So kudos to me to a certain degree. But at the same time, I do want to reach that point. It is a point I want to reach. And it's not just, lofty ambitions and make sure you reach all of your goals and the boss is cracking down going, no, you must do all of these things. Honestly, the bosses are pretty chill, right? And I kind of feel the need to go, okay, let me make sure that I'm actually doing my work instead of going, oh, but the bosses are pretty chill. I can get away with doing nothing. I don't like that. Plus, I'd get bored as hell anyways. Let's be real. I just, right now, given my little sleep experiment that I've been doing for a little bit, Jesus Christ, I am not doing well. But that is the time investment. Like, for example, those are little bits of investment that you can do instead of just monetary. Like, I can't save. Yes, you can save. Everyone can save. The thing is, the rate of savings is going to be different from one person to the other. Some people can only save 10 cents a month, and you're like, whoa, 10 cents a month. How can I afford to buy anything off of that? Cool. Save the 10 cents a month. That is fine. Because 10 cents, 10 months later, you got $1. All right? So you've saved $1 in 10 months. That sounds stupid. That sounds ridiculous. It sounds like, what's the point? It's $1. I'm going to spend it anyways. And there's the crux of the issue. It's just the belief that what you do is futile. It's not just, oh, I'm unable to save. I need to save. I need to make money. I need to make more. What are you doing? And like actually looking at the things and going, what am I doing that is inefficient here? For example, a lot of people go to Starbucks for coffee. I'm like, oh my God, he's going to be going through that route of, oh, just don't drink coffee. And that's like $5 every day times 30. That's $150 and you save $150. No. Go get your coffee. However, take the time investment and try different cafes in your area. One, it's unlikely to be busy, right? And two, you might actually get better coffee for either the same price or slightly lower. And now that 10 cents of savings turns into 15. Oh, but it's only 5 cents. But what if it tastes better, right? The ability to go out, make tiny experiments, and find out what could be a little bit better, just a little bit better for you, is great. Oh, if I stop paying for Netflix and then go use Hulu for a little bit, and only buying Netflix when there's a show I know that I want to watch when it comes out. So you don't have to have Netflix all the time, but what is the reasons you do the things that you do? Why do you drink coffee every time in the morning, right? And then go to Starbucks for it? Because you want the caffeine. You want to be able to work. I can't work without my caffeine. Cool. If it's the caffeine, it's not about the taste. It's not about being able to talk to your coworkers while you're all picking up your Starbucks or whatever. You can literally swap to instant coffee and have the same effect. And it is much cheaper, and you don't have to go out of your way to go to a Starbucks. Know what I mean? So you find these weird little small things where you can save a little bit of time. For example, I like keyboards. I want to keep building keyboards. I want to keep buying keyboards. I want to keep buying switches, but I can't afford to buy switches or keyboards and whatnot. Then I realize I've already saved up. I've bought a bunch of them, so I can go ahead and review them for a channel on YouTube. And then maybe I can get some money out of it. I'm not. Unfortunately, I'm not. Twitch, on the other hand, I can build it on Twitch, and then I can get money out of it. It's very small amounts of money, but it's like getting a discount on your hobby. And I think, what was it? Linus Tech Tips had this one episode. I say episode. This one video on YouTube where they talk about, what did they talk about? They were talking about the writers. They were talking about the writers and their opinions, whether they strongly agree or strongly disagree with a certain topic. And there was a certain topic where everyone picked strongly disagree, and the topic was, should everything be a marketplace? And they all went strongly disagree. They don't want it to be a marketplace. Everything shouldn't be a marketplace. And I'm on the strongly agree side. And it's crazy. If you think about it, it's insane to go, no, everything should be a marketplace. Yes, but it's not to make money. It's to exchange your services for other services. For example, I have a friend. He's not into keyboards. He doesn't like keyboards, but he likes playing games. And sometimes the keyboard gets in the way. There's keyboard chattering. There's the polling rate issue where it's not quite as responsive as they want it to be, so on and so forth. So they come to me, they talk about it, and they go, oh, they are having this issue. I'd rather have a keyboard with XYZ. And they end up doing that, right? And I give them a suggestion. They like the suggestion. They go, oh, nice, that's awesome. They didn't have to go spend up hundreds of dollars in keyboards like this one or the one that I just put in the bottom, the Zoom 75 TIGA, and test it out just to get a good recommendation. I spent that money. However, if I'm looking for some investment advice, the guy is a banker. So, well, he used to be a banker. Now he's, I think, an accountant of some sort. But the guy used to be a banker and is now just an accountant. So if I ask for general rules and tips of things to do, what people tend to miss out or forget to watch out in managing their finances, I can get that information from him instead of going through the rigmarole of doing it all myself, figuring all that out, and whatnot. And that's the marketplace. It's like a barter for services. And that's where I think it should go towards, not the, I need to extract as much money out of my customers as possible. That's not it. The customers should be able to extract as much value as they can from my product, regardless of whatever the price is. Because the price is either one of two things. You can afford it or you can't afford it. And that's it. It doesn't matter. Anything past that, it doesn't matter. Alright, so anyways, that being said, I hate that sentence. Now, let's get back into the keyboard itself, right? Going into the keyboard hobby. I can afford these things because I decided that I want to test these things out. I'm interested. Split keyboard, never had one, want to try it. 35%, 40% keyboard, I want to try them, but there's nothing running that is interesting to me that I would like to buy and use. So what I do is I save the money until there's something out there that I actually do want, and then go, cool, that's the one I want, I'm gonna buy that. Instead of giving in to the instant gratification that everyone is, I say everyone, but a majority of people tend to fall into. Okay. So right now I'm doing a very, very bad job because I want to buy lights to make this entire setup better so that YouTube and the Twitch streams just go. I can just hit buttons, start recording, do all the things, and we're done. But no, I have to set up a thing over here on the left. I have to take this out and move it back every time I need to do each other stream. So no, I'm gonna buy three. I'm gonna buy 3 lights. No, wait, sorry. Yeah, 3 lights. Total 3 lights. I might just buy 2 because I think I can get away with 2 because I'm gonna put 1 light over here, so, plus a modifier. So light plus modifier, that's $250 right there, like gone. And then another light with a modifier up there, which is like, I'm screwed. What do I do? But I honestly think that it would make a lot of sense. So there we go. Anyways, because I need to go to work after this. So let's actually give this a test real quick. And then I can put it back into its case. And then move all these switches, the blue cheese switches, into the Zoom 75 TIGA. Alright. Getting music. And giving this a go. Okay. Boom, 56 sucks balls. I'm horrible, horrible. I don't know what this is. I don't know what quote this is. It is a quote. It exists, but whatever. Yeah, so that's not bad. Honestly, I don't think this is going to be a bad switch to use. Yeah, I think I can go with this, and even if I was yeah, even if I was using this at work, it isn't the most egregious thing. Yeah, it's not the most egregious thing. All right, so it's not a proper sound test. I'm gonna have to do this. I have to put a desk mat on because I do realize you can actually hear the keyboard a lot less, like not very well. when you have what's it called? When you're connected directly to the desk, because you get a lot of the reverberance of the desk. And this is MDF, so there's a lot of reverberance on the inside. I really should get a much better. Would what's it called? FlexiSpot like to sponsor this video in order to get a better desk. Sponsors, please, 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 please sponsor this very, very small streamer who barely does things and can barely catch up to their streams. Anyways, let's go and take this off. We'll do one more test and we'll give it a good go, because I kind of want to reach the 60s to 70s words per minute, because that's where a lot of people tend to lie. I get it. Any custom keyboard enthusiast will be somewhere between 50 to 150, which is a crazy gap. However, when I'm looking at it, I go, okay, cool, I'm in between. I'm at the 75 in general, so I want to be there. Yes, there are some keyboard enthusiasts they type in the 45 words per minute, which is the average. But let's just go with what is the average between what was I saying? Enthusiasts, keyboard enthusiasts. There we go. Let's give it a go. Oh my god, I was like, well, close enough to 60. We're good there. We're good there. Oh my god, I was very confused with that quote. Anyways, this is kind of a nice quote though. I'm not gonna lie. It says, "Throughout my academic career, I've given some pretty good talks, but being considered the best speaker in the computer science department is like being known as the tallest of the seven. Is like being known as the tallest of the 7 dwarves." Yeah, it's like, wow, you are the most socially competent nerd. We're all nerds here, don't worry about it. And that light is a little too low. Oh, it's just because I turned. Okay. That light's a little too low. I need a little bit more light on the right-hand side to fill in this section. Where'd it go? Oh, it's over there, that's why. All right, and spilled this way. Yeah, no, see, this is why I need a better system. Okay, let's pack this guy up. That's good. Pack this guy up. So I'm gonna bring this to work, because this is my work keyboard. And then I'm gonna probably bring another one of the keyboards to work, because I need to test it out for proper testing. And proper testing includes actually bringing it to work. Right now, I think my cadence is going to be once every 2 weeks. A video once every 2 weeks instead of once a month. And I'm slowly getting started. And I'm going to push harder. I say push harder, but not too hard. I'm going to make sure I get things. I'll be a little more efficient, a little more optimized. And if I buy all of these things, I won't have to think, which means my cognitive load isn't going to be how do you say? My cognitive load isn't going to be expended by the end of the day. And that's a trade-off that I'm willing to make, right? I really have to buy a new chair. Holy Jesus. Anyways. Dude, this chair is 7 years old. Damn. Even IKEA don't creak this much. And being a keyboard YouTuber, this is not a good thing. This is a bad thing. Let's be real. Let's get this straight. This is not a good thing. Okay. We're gonna start with the sides, and then we're gonna go to the edges. Oh no, I forgot. How do I put this? That is the center bits, if I remember correctly. They're gonna be here. Is that right? That looks right. Yeah, that looks right. And then the other one is this is over here. So I need to put it down here. And this is part of the problem you might get with multiple multiple configuration keyboards. You get confused to which set of pins. Oh, yeah, okay. These switches, I like the sound of these switches. I just don't like the colorway. I want it to be tactile. All right. Anyway, ad starts in a bit. I'm gonna just slap on a bunch of these, and I'm gonna. So you good. Alright, we're back from the ads. Alright, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to push this through and finish it off. But what were we talking about? Oh yeah, the whole nerds and science department, whatever. Right. But yeah, we were talking about, yes, skill acquisitions. And that's literally it. I don't see why that's a bad thing. If you are, let's say, a nerd and going, oh yeah, you have really good talking skills. For example, me. I have relatively mediocre improv skills because I had to improv most of my life. And even then, it's very specific types of improv. I don't do entertainment type of improv. The improv that I make is informational improv. And you go, wait. Informational improv? That doesn't make sense. You're trying to regurgitate information, but you are improving it? Yes, I am relatively good at that. And the reason why, okay? And yes, there is a reason why. There is a reason why. And the reason for it is quite literally because when I was much younger, I am notoriously bad at memorization, which means I had to resort to memorizing less pieces of information and making a bridge between the multiple pieces of information to make a, a connection in between. So basically the two pieces of information, A and C, I can kind of make out what B is when at least know A and C. And that's how I can make informational improv. It's not an exact science, but it is filling in the gaps. I'm very, very confident in being able to fill in the gaps. As long as I know the end point and the start point, I can fill in a lot of the gaps. The hard part becomes is if those gaps are much, much bigger. For example, YouTube side. I'm not the best at YouTube. Obviously, you have to make a really eye-catching thumbnail. Okay, you need to make a catchy title on top of that. And that's not me. I'm not catchy, eye-catching. I'm not catchy. What I do want to get out of the thumbnails is I want it to be vivid. I want it to look opulent. I want it to look like it is something that people desire, so to speak. It's something that looks nice. And then in the content itself, I go, this is what it does well. This is what I like about it. And this is what I don't like about it. And at the end, I go and say nothing whether I'm going to recommend it, not recommend it, and whatnot. Meanwhile, we're like, yeah, I would highly recommend this type of treatment for this very specific product. I'm like, okay. But for me, I'm just going, I don't care. You are either gonna find it useful for you or not useful for you. And for me, I found it less useful than I wish it would. For example, this keyboard. You might notice that there is two sections here. It has the capability of being a split spacebar. Downside is, unfortunately for me, is that they are both 3U spacebars. And with 3U spacebars, it has one of those things where I go, oh, 3U spacebars don't really exist because they're always 2.75U. And there aren't many spacebars or kits that have 3U spacebars. So I'm going here thinking to Meltrix, going, what in the hell? Why? It makes genuinely no sense whatsoever to build this board in this particular way. No sense whatsoever. And I go, why? Why do you do this to me? I hate it. I hate it. Man. There you go. There you go. Okay. Okay. We have this one. Let me put this spacebar in. The way I know where to put the last two. So I need two. Hey, that sounds insane. Yeah, not great. There's a little ticking there. Not great. I was like listening to it going. maybe we don't go crazy on this one. Oh well. Oh well. Well, you know what? I think. Yeah. There we go. I think that's correct. No, it's not correct. I lied. Bro, why? I don't understand. How? It's much more. There you go. Oh, it's starting to sound a little nice there. Starting to sound pretty good. Honestly, this is one of the few loud switches that actually sound good with a lot of keyboards. Holy Jesus. These blue cheese switches, I just want tactile versions of these. If they can make tactile versions of these, make it sound a touch deeper, we're good. Increase the 200 to 300 hertz range. Please and thank you, that would be great. But unfortunately, we're not there, so it is going to be what it is. Yeah. Alright, anyways. I need two more switches, so we're going to put these two. That's fine. This page up and page delete. I think put delete as the regular one. Page up and page down as not. Yeah, this makes more sense. The ability to go click to page up or down. Alright. Alright, now for the rest of them. The rest of them! We're already getting there. Okay, holy, I'm kind of poofed. 14. Oh man, I have 4 minutes before I actually have to leave for work. Oh dear, oh dear. It's okay. We're relatively freeform, so I can be late. Oh wait! What? Oh, I forgot. I like, Jesus Christ. There we go. Yeah. So work's a little freeform, and also I did a lot more work than I expected to do yesterday. Not that I was really working that hard, I'm not gonna lie, but I was very lazy, and I could probably do a little bit of work on the weekends, so that's fine. I really do want to do a bunch of other things. So, boom, boom, and then we go in. Boom. Okay, let's give it a shot. Let's go. Okay. Okay. Oh, there. Damn. Okay. There we go. Okay, you're good. We're good. I think it sounds fine. It's gonna be hard because every time I pull out a spacebar, it starts ticking. Yeah, see? The other mods are fine. Oh. I forgot before I did it. I almost did it once before. Where I... Oh, jeez. There you go. So the board has power. This can go over here. That goes over there. Did it slot incorrectly? It looks like it did. Yeah, it looks like it did slot incorrectly. So we're good. Alright. And then we can push this in. Oh. And go. Boom. And then we can plug this guy. Ta-da! Boom. Now we're good. Now let's give this another shot here and give this a run. Okay. All right. Whoa. Boom, 55. What the heck is... Okay. No, that's not bad. There we go. All right, let's give it another go. That's not bad. That's bad. Do you remember back in the day when they go like, oh yeah, they give it to you straight? It's not. Oh my god, games back in the day. Unfortunately, that's not a fun one for me. So let's do one more, and then we're good, and then I can like leave. All right, let's give it a go. What the hell? What the hell? That was not what I expected. But no, this is pretty good. No, I'm going like, oh my god! I kept screaming. Look at that! Look at, oh my god, that's horrible. I keep thinking while I'm typing right now. Let me try a different test real quick. Time 30 seconds. Yeah. Let's go. Let's give it a go. Going on? I'm not doing so well. Holy, let me just move my chair. Let me make sure I'm doing. Wow, I'm doing really bad. What happened to my 70s? This is not great. And also there's ticking. I don't like it. I'm gonna fix it once I find my all my lube station kit, because I had a lube station kit and I don't know where it went. I think it might be in one of the cupboards somewhere. All right. But if it was clean, would have been nice. All right, one more time. There we go. There we go. 84. Oh, it's closer to what I would normally have. But yes, this is... There we go. All right. Now, this is good. This is good. I actually like how it sounds. It's a lot higher pitch than it was on the QWERTY keys split for some reason. There we go. All right, but damn, this is not bad. So I think we might do it on the weekend. We're gonna test the different Switch versions, or tomorrow. It's one of the two. The problem is I don't really want to do it tomorrow. I want to do it on the weekend, only because I might be able to just buy lights and call it a day and make like a nice little setup, and it looks nice, and I just have to record this, and I don't have to record a separate version for the YouTube cut. But anyways, I'm gonna see you guys next time. I am 6 minutes late to leave to work, but we're doing it anyways, and I have to do a bunch of other things outside. Ooh, I have to buy milk. That's what I have to do. Alright, anyways, I'm gonna see you guys next time. Make sure to have a nice one. Bye.